welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Unreleased. And for this very special episode, we will be featuring the LEGO custom Extinct Bricks The Lost World or Jurassic Part 2 Mamenchisaurus. But before we head on with this video, of course, the Guess This PC contest winners will be announced later on in the video, so stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks! Now on with our making. So we have here a plan out sketch of our Mamenchisaurus. We'll be using the neck of the Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla here, body of the Brachiosaurus, and then of course tail of the Indoraptor. Now we're marking off several parts of the body, and we're cutting off these parts so that we're going to adjust it according to the actual size that we're looking at. I also removed the spikes on the tail of the Mecha Godzilla, and then we're going to do our sculpting, and of course we're using non-sag epoxy parts, equal parts A and B. And so far, here is our sculpt on our Mamenchisaurus. I first started with the neck here because that's the biggest part, and then the rest is history. Now here's our Mamenchisaurus after it has been primered with, of course, Bosley number 68 in gray. Now we're going to paint. We'll be using brushes, acrylics, and then of course some water. First up, we have a mixture of burnt sienna, a little bit of olive green all together, and then some yellow ochre. We mix them up with a little bit of white, and then we're going to paint it all over the figure. Now be careful because sometimes our figure would be colored darker when it dries. Okay, so here is a mixture of the same colors that we have on earlier, but this time we have more white on it and a little bit more yellow. So we're painting several details on our Mamenchisaurus as well. There are certain highlights on the face of the Mamenchisaurus that we're actually painting on as well. This would include, of course, the lighter underbelly of the Mamenchisaurus. Let's start from the neck here, going down until the actual body of the Mamenchisaurus. Now it's time for us to add in some more details. Now we have here a darker shade of brown. This is a mixture of burnt sienna and of course some brown, but if you do have darker brown with you guys, then you can go ahead and use that instead. We're putting in several details such as speckles on the back of the Mamenchisaurus. And that's it for now for our making of the Mamenchisaurus. Now it's time for the announcements of the Guess This PC contest winners, and here are the lucky picks. Beto CC, Swollen Head, Lorenzo, Gallon Perez, Jeffzilla, Social, G's Projects, Pancho, Ice Dragon, and Jurassic Battles. Congratulations everyone! And now for our top 10 winners! Fancy British Rat, Rain Mark, 11 years old boy, Gucci Fan at Ison, Ink Dev, Gabriel Elkins, Mahan Dalem, Brebnidu, Toe Eater, Cretaceous Mix. And before we head on with number 1, again, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Console time! Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you in the next Guess This PC contest. For those of you who'd like to go and hear us out, just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. And in the homepage, just click on the community link and it will lead you to all our posts. And now for some bricks of our Mamenchisaurus. And let's count down the number of parts of this one, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15 parts to this one. Let's now do some breaks. Let's connect here the head with the lower jaw. There you go, snap. Let's connect this to the neck part here. That's a ball and socket joint. Let's connect this one to the longer part of the neck. There you go. Now let's put this aside and then let's connect the tail parts. Here's the base of the tail and then here's the other end. Now let's again put this aside and then let's connect the legs. This one goes here. So this is the front leg and then this is the back leg. There you go. And then let's also assemble this one. This is the back leg then. There you go. And here's the front legs. I think that's right. No, this is the back leg and this is the front legs. I think I did it wrong. Wait. There you go. Should be like that. Now let's connect them up together. Let's first have this one. Here is the front leg here. And then the hind leg on the left side. And then here's the right side. And then here's the hind leg to the right side. Let's connect the tail. And then of course, the last part would be the neck and the head of our Mamenchisaurus. And there you have it. It's so big. Alright, now it's time for us to have a little bit of Extinct Bricks Dino Trivia. The Mamenchisaurus is actually one of the most unique long-necked dinosaurs for a very good reason. It has a really long neck and in fact has the longest neck of any creature that ever lived, stretching around 60 feet, which is longer than a school bus. The rest of it was just like other members of its family, a long tail with stout legs. This is a really cool dinosaur. Well, on with a closer look. Hello everyone, and it's been a long wait for me, and this is actually the day that we will be showing off, and we actually made the Mamenchisaurus of the Lost World, and here it is! Ta-da! This is the finished product of what I've been doing for around, I don't know, a week now, and I'm really happy with the results. Of course, EB as well is very happy to look at this very majestic sauropod. Alright, so actually, The Lost World is actually one of my favorite movies of the Jurassic Park franchise, and I'm really excited that I have actually completed on this particular project since I have already all of the dinosaurs from the Lost World movie. Right, so EB will be coming back later for some size comparison. So now let's take a closer look on our Mamenchisaurus. So our Mamenchisaurus here has the longest neck ever that I've done on all my customs so far, even longer than the Diplodocus, I would say, and even longer than that of the Argentinosaurus. So you can see here that it has a really small head over here, almost a raptor sized head here. We have here several connections on the neck. This one is a one big piece. I was planning to have another piece here, but you know, it's quite hard for me to do that because of the lack of base figures that I have. But nonetheless, I'm really happy that this turned out really well. Also, it has a really long body, as you can see here. It's long, slender, but really robust nonetheless. We have here 4 pillars of legs that support the body, the long neck, and also the long tail. The legs here would have articulations here on the knee, and all of the feet actually connect to a base plate. The back of the back studs here would have a count of 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 by 6 count of studs on the back, and we have here a long tail, which is actually made up of 2 distinct parts. One base, and then one would be the end tip of our tail here. Alright, so let's have a closer look on the actual head of the Mamenchisaurus, so that you'll have a closer look at it. So here is my Mamenchisaurus. It has 2 nostrils here located on the topmost portions of the head. It has eyes similar to that of the Brachiosaurus. I wanted to have that similar look to it, so that they have at least that one. Probably I'll be doing this for most of my sauropods as well. Probably repainting the Parasaurolophus as well as the other sauropods that I have. So this one is my Mamenchisaurus. It has a ball and socket joint here, so you can have many different movements of the head. And then of course it can open and close its mouth like so, right? And close it as well. So this one connects here on the tipmost part of the neck, and then it can have a swivel movement to it as well. So swivel, right? This one actually moves up until this part, and then moves down as well, up to this, and even up to this extent. Although the neck really here is very heavy, and sometimes it would take off on its own, but nonetheless it would still have those particular movement. Of course, you can have a swivel effect on this part as well, right? So the knees here would have you can bend it like so, right? And even like that, but it's kind of awkward, so we have it bended on that way. Also the neck, the hind legs would bend up to this part, and also that way as well. Of course, the tail end would have a swivel movement, and this one as well. So the overall design of the back here is quite intricate, to be honest. It took me several hours to finish this one. It's similar to the Mamenchisaurus that I made before, although probably a few of you have seen it. It's bigger than this one. However, it has very little movement to it, and it doesn't have the Lego aesthetic to it. But nonetheless, this one is my entry, or at least my custom for the Mamenchisaurus of the Lost World Jurassic part. So I hope you guys like it. I'm going to post it a little bit for you to enjoy the intricacies of the paint here. Of course, darker to lighter browns. I also have some moss greens over here incorporated just to break up the brown coloration. Of course, darker browns here on the legs, and several tones of taupe, and also browns on the head, and also some stripes here on the tail as well. So here is another angle to our Mamenchisaurus. You can see here the really long neck. The body here is really robust. Here's a view from the top, and then we have here the long tail that ends in a whip-like appendage. Alright, and that's it for our closer look on our Mamenchisaurus from Jurassic Park The Lost World. Moving along with the size comparisons of this Jurassic Park The Lost World Mamenchisaurus. Okay, so before we move on with our size comparisons, we're going to compare first the Mamenchisaurus that I made here with my previous Mamenchisaurus from before that is actually seen in our Indians list. Please guys take a look at that video. I'll be putting up also that particular link in the description box below, so check him out guys. This is my version 1 of my Jurassic Park The Lost World Mamenchisaurus, and you can see the size difference is really different here. It's almost, I mean, they do have the same length, long necks. We also have the same structure here on the head as well. The long neck, the robust body here. However, the main difference is that this one doesn't, it cannot be pulled out, so it's not like Lego that you can take out the legs and then you can put it back in, you know, swap it with other creatures. But this is actually a robotic battery operated figure that I used before, a Brachiosaurus that I turned into a Mamenchisaurus. So probably if I have some more time, I would include some of the videos that I did for this before, but those are already, you know, lost in translation, lost in time. But nonetheless, I wanted to show this particular creature or this creation of mine one last time before this one takes over. Of course, this one has a more colorful look to it, because when I was creating this, I was you know, those are the first few years of my career. But I want you guys to take a look at the face here. How I did this one is quite, you know, remarkable as well in terms of sculpt. It's a very simple sculpt though, but I still like it. Still, it does open its and closes its mouth. It is removable here also. But the neck here is quite damaged in time, but nonetheless, I'm still putting it in display in my top cabinet, because it couldn't fit anyway inside it. But yeah, so this is the comparison between my old Mamenchisaurus and my new Mamenchisaurus. This one has a 4x6 stud on the back. This one has a 4x2 stud on the back. The patterns of scaling is quite similar, to be honest, as you can see here. This one has an orange lining to it with green splotches, while this one is more of a toned brown, dark brown, reddish browns over here, and some olive green splotches on the Mamenchisaurus. This one of course has a ball and socket joint to it. This one can swivel here, this one doesn't. This one has an articulated neck joint here. This one doesn't have an articulated joint. This one just pulls out and just attaches in. Same for the tail. The tail here is can swivel in two parts. The legs are movable, and this one also has a detachable tail to it, like so, but doesn't really offer that much of a movement. So the playability on my previous Mamenchisaurus is quite limited, but nonetheless, when you look at it from afar, it really is the Mamenchisaurus, and that is why, and that is also one reason that I'm keeping it, aside from it being having a lot of sentimental value to me as a customizer. So that's it for the comparison between my new Mamenchisaurus, or my version of the Mamenchisaurus, and my old version of Mamenchisaurus before, which I haven't really got on a video of its own yet, but it does show in the Indians list, so please check it out guys, my Indians list video. And now moving on to the next part of the video, and we're back for some size comparisons. And Evie here is beside our Mamenchisaurus, and you can see how big it is. It's really huge, and comparing it with this particular minifigure here, it's very comparable in terms of size, as you can see here. Mamenchisaurus versus a human being. So the length of the neck and the and how the proportions are quite right, I guess, in my opinion. However, you know, the suggested what do you call this, the positioning of the neck now is much different, but I want to go with the Lost World type of Mamenchisaurus. It brings back memories, and this is how we ended up with the design. Alright, so let's now compare with other species from the Lost World movie itself. Let's start with the smallest one, of course. This is the baby T-Rex. They call it Junior. So of course our T-Rex here would have a bandage. As you can see here, it has a bandage on its foot because it's injured. We have here, compared with a human being, it's quite small, and also definitely smaller than our Mamenchisaurus. Well, to be honest, everything would be smaller than the Mamenchisaurus in the next coming species. Well, that's it for our Junior, but there's actually one more species that is much smaller than the T-Rex that is in the Jurassic Park, The Lost World. This is the Compsognathus. So these are small fellows we have here. 1, 2, 3. I have 5 actually, but I was looking for the other 2. Probably they got hungry and fed off. For themselves. So we have here at least 3 of the Compsognathuses that I have. Definitely it would splatter when the Mamenchisaurus would be stepping on them, but nonetheless these are very agile creatures, so probably that wouldn't happen anyway. So that's the Compsognathus for you guys. Another would be the Velociraptors from The Lost World. Oh, sorry. So this is one, and then this is the other Velociraptor repaint that I did quite a while back. So comparing it in terms of size with the human, it's just about the right size in my opinion. So as what I did, or what I said in the previous video that I just uploaded with regards to the Velociraptors of Jurassic Park 3. Again, please give it a like, put a comment that please the alternative companies from China should make more of this, because we really want these types of raptors because they're almost the same accurate size with that of the human being or the minifigure here. Right, so we have another one. This is a herbivore from the Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and it's actually with the Mamenchisaurus during their while they were being gathered for by InGen. So here is the Gallimimus. Again, this is an accurate size with that of a human being. So usually Gallimimuses are really larger than ostriches. So here it is compared with a minifigure. Our Gallimimuses. So I have actually 4 of these, I think. And if you haven't seen the Gallimimus in my previous videos, please check it out. They are cool species, one of my favorites, and of course favorite from by Darius of Camp Cretaceous as well. So the Gallimimus. And of course, we're not going to shy away from, of course, showing my very favorite herbivore of all time. This is the Pachycephalosaurus. So for those of you guys who do not know yet, my favorite herbivore is the Pachycephalosaurus. So this is it. Probably I'll be making a smaller one that is very similar to that of the Lost World Pachycephalosaur. I think it's a baby Pachycephalosaur that they were actually that they captured in that particular scene. Pachycephalosaurus would be larger in my opinion, and there's also a large Pachycephalosaur in the Jurassic World movie in one of the monitor screens that they are actually seen. Alright, so that's the Pachycephalosaurus for you guys. Another one would be the Triceratops of the Lost World. Although this is from the I made this off the Jurassic Park novel as well as Jurassic Park movie. This is actually also the same size and almost the same, pictures like I wanted to be in. And like the Triceratops there, it has an elevated tail, not like the other Triceratops that LEGO would have, at least a release. Another would be my this is a Parasaurolophus. The Parasaurolophus also is with the Mamenchisaurus during the capture of the herbivores in that particular movie. And as you can see here, it is almost, it's almost the size accurate one for that particular movie in scale with the minifigure here. Okay, so let's move along with another one. Now, this is a small creature, but to be honest, there's a bigger one coming in. This is the baby Stegosaurus that Sarah Harding was actually petting and made noises. That is why the bigger one came in. And here it is. Alright, so let's put it here on the other side so that it can we have some space here. So this is my version of the Lost World Stegosaurus. So this has a few articulations as well. I think it can open and close its mouth like so, just a little bit. And it can actually have several movements on the neck like so. Of course, it can move its legs and then swivel its tail. Also, the plates are removable too. Right, so that is our Stegosaurus from the Lost World Jurassic Park 2. Well, up next would be the greatest of all the predators that we have. This is our Buck T-Rex. And of course, we have our Doe T-Rex. Now, as I was actually lifting them up, I can feel that this one is much heavier. I don't know why compared to this one. Probably I have stuffed in a lot of aluminum foil in this one, so that's why it's much heavier. But nonetheless, these are my Tyrannosauruses of the Lost World Jurassic Park. And you know how it ended up. One would have the other piece here, and then the other one would have the other one. So eat up both. And that ends our size comparisons for our Mamenchisaurus. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. Let's now move along with Extinct Breed Species Roll Call, and we have here all the creatures that we have featured here on this particular video. This is our Jurassic Park 2 or the Lost World movie dinosaurs from Extinct Breeds. Alright, so if you guys have other comments and also suggestions that you would like to include here, please place them down in the comments below. I do read them up, and if there are suggestions that you'd like to, probably include there, then I would read that as well. Probably in the near future, I would have those also made for you guys. Also, EB here, EB plus EB would like to remind you guys that all that you see here is actually available in our Extinct Breeds playlist. So check them out, guys. And if you don't want to go through all 350 plus videos that I have already uploaded in this channel, then I'll be placing individual links of all that you see here so that you won't have to go through all of them. But nonetheless, if you do have time and you have a lot of time in your hands, then please come view my channel and join the adventure with me, guys. Well, that's it now. Let's now start with our Extinct Breed Species Roll Call. Right, so we have here our Extinct Breeds Buck T-Rex. This is our Extinct Breeds Parasaurolophus by Jurassic Park. We have here our Jurassic Park 2 Pachycephalosaurus as well. We have here our Jurassic Park 2 or the Lost World baby Tyrannosaurus Rex or Junior. We have here, it's not standing. We have here our Extinct Rex Triceratops, our Extinct Rex the Lost World Velociraptors, our Extinct Rex Jurassic Park 2 Go T-Rex. We have here our Extinct Rex Jurassic Park Gallimimus. We have here our Extinct Rex Jurassic Park baby Stegosaurus, our Extinct Rex Jurassic Park The Lost World Stegosaurus, and we have here our Extinct Rex The Lost World Compsognathus. And of course, the star of the show here, our Extinct Rex Jurassic Park The Lost World Mamenchisaurus. And that's it for the video, guys. I'll be having a quick snapshot of all of these creatures at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that, guys, and finish the videos. Again, thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so here we are with all of the dinosaurs from the Lost World movie of Jurassic Park 2. And that's it for the video, guys. Thanks a lot and maraming salamat sa inyong lahat for all your support. Now, please also don't forget to support our other channels, CBSO Universe and The Adventures of Maria and Nasher. Please watch their videos and support their channel by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino break roar! Thanks everyone and bye!